what are we doing?
Oh, you're not ready. We're putting the lowest springs that you can buy on the Tesla. It already has H&R lowering springs, but we want to go lower with it without putting coilovers on. And they're over there.
Along with some adjustable upper control arms. D2 Racing.
They make bags, they make coilovers, lowest springs they have for Teslas. Say bye-bye to the shocks, but... And you pop this. There's 10 mil there, I already took off. There was another 10 mil somewhere else that the Tesla technician forgot to put back. It's just been chilling in here. You'll love how this comes out. And it's just clipped on. Now look at all the space under here.
Look at all that room for an engine, goddamn.
Stuff that you don't see.
You could fit a 2J in here.
Top holes for the struts are 13, but they made the holes so small that even a thin wall socket, I had to shave down thinner.
Wait, before you even do that, what's that?
They put it on.
Liar. Okay, so these are for the shock, these 3. Wow, that's a lot of weights. Who balanced those?
It's not about who's balancing, it's who drove them before me.
So?
Okay, so the way Tesla control arms are, they're kind of dumb. The control arms you do after the shock is out. They make it so the bolts hold my arms in. Let's say they came loose, they can't fully come out. So you have to take the whole bracket that holds the control arms in out.
T45 and a 15.
A little darker than...
Damn, look at all that.
Crazy, it's an 18. It's not a 17, it's not a 19. Is it gonna come out first try?
So this whole assembly has to come out instead of just the control arm.
Wrench. The first strut is out.
Mm-hmm. How'd you like them?
They rode okay, pretty much like stock. Some people say that these ride a little bit more rough because, you know, you put more load on the shock. And this one we're going to use a wrench. Third one is also a 13 mil under there.
Yeah, that rusty.
I have a feeling that this is also one of them. Yep.
That's what you just took out? The hell is even that?
So the shock bolts to this, and this bolts to the body. And the control arm also bolts to this.
Wow. Plastic control arms?
I think it's plastic on the inside and then metal on the outside.
And this is the defective ball
You
joint?
can see where I was injecting grease into it.
Looks good.
Also, you can adjust the camera at night.
And
Yep.
I can adjust it from here too.
So you get 2 adjustments, which is nice.
I'm just putting some anti-seize in there just in case I need to adjust these, and I can. We took the old control arm back off. We measured the old one, eyeball, the distance. So these are maxed in, and this is maxed in as well for all the camber. If we need to, we can loosen these and pull them back forward. We don't want stock camber.
And on top of that, you also anti-seize a lot of this stuff, and you
Yeah, I
put your
put
Loctite.
anti-seize just on the tips. I put Loctite on the threads of these just in case, and inside the sleeve and the bushing. That way it doesn't seize in the bushing, because I know it's a common problem.
So now that we've shown how to take it out, it's essentially the same to put it back in. You can get these on Amazon. Link in the description. What do you got to say to all the DTR viewers? Give us some motivation. What's the Eric quote of the day?
Believe in yourself.
What are you supposed to use to take this off?
There's like a special tool that you use for this. I do not have that special tool here.
I like that. Okay, nice. It's like a grenade.
Did somebody say boom?
Ta-da!
3 hours later.
Yeah, it's actually a lot lower.
Are you ready for this? God damn, you won't even be able to drive off the driveway.
Man, shut your mouth.
Well, this is what you were dreaming of.
Yeah, it was. Safety last.
Don't try this at home. So you're telling me that you have to line this top hat properly so that it goes up there and then this is aligned with the bottom.
Yep. Let's see if I got it the first try. Did it even go in? Is it just a hole? Oh, okay, I see now.
You found the wrong one.
Yeah. So I guess this one's gonna clip in. The other one's just gonna zip tie because there's only one bracket.
So you get the jack, obviously to lift up the car, but we're getting another one to assist. It's going in. There you go, look at that. Is this gonna be the fun part?
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
So after some fighting, it looks like we might have finally won. Another 3 hours later, but you have to take that out?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm preloading the suspension before tightening this up. It'd be nice if I had a 21 mil wrench, but I don't, so we use an adjustable.
What does preloading it mean for those that don't know?
So essentially you want to make sure you tighten certain suspension components up once it's under load. Otherwise you do it when it's not. You got to put the load of the car on it. So you're putting extra tension on those bushings. So they're going to pre-wear.
Nice. Warranty extended. That's it for the front. Now we do the rears. Of course, it's Canada Day, so all the fireworks are going off everywhere. So what's the process of doing the
So for the rears, there's a plastic shield covering the bottom of the control arm. 1 10 mil, and then it hooks onto the bolts.
It's under this guy.
Underneath
Under
this whole
here.
thing, and it hooks onto these. This
Okay.
bolt and the nut on the other side. These are 21s.
It's a little sketchy. Is that how it's supposed to look? I thought it was torn. That's the bottom. That's the top one. Here's a little comparison. Wow, that spring looks blue on camera.
These are actually purple. These are blue. And this, you can slip it in beforehand, slip it in after. However you think you can get it in, get it in. And we'll put the top one in after once it's in. Slip that in. And that's where you get your jack again. Make sure everything's somewhat lined up. These bolts are the exact same, by the way, both the bolts and the nuts. So it does not matter.
You just gotta make sure that the nut's facing the front of the car.
You might need a pry bar.
It's like right there. Yep, there you go.
So what I'm gonna do is put some tension on the rear.
So you only put tension for this bolt because of this bushing.
And then you could slap your plastic cover back on. Hooks on like that. And if you had a hoist, this would be a lot easier.
I'm sure a lot of people don't even have 2 jacks.
Love that.
Aerodynamic.
They put the car together and then they paint it. There's some things like this is painted red and the car was not repainted in any sense.
Hey, with the car fully down, it hasn't settled yet. It's definitely a hell of a lot lower. You gotta take it for a drive.
I was told between 2 weeks to a month.
2 weeks to a month? Jeez, that camber though.
I might have to adjust the camber on the front.
Many months later.
Why is your car so dirty?
I don't know. Who parked it under a damn tree?
What tree, huh?
Your tree.
You got no trees here.
You have a tree in front of your house. What the hell is going on here?
So we're picking up after about 2 to 2.5 months after lowering the car. It's been really dirty, so we just had to clean that quickly. How do you like it?
It's okay, actually. Some people say they don't like stiff suspension. It's definitely a lot stiffer because that shock doesn't have much more room to travel. So they're gonna blow eventually. With the control arms added and being this low, they hit the frame. Yeah, I probably only have like maybe half an inch to an inch worth of travel on the shock before it hits.
So that's what you should be expecting if you're gonna be lowering it like this.
But if you were to throw a coilover on, it might still do the same thing. Depends on how stiff they are.
So if you're going over bumps and stuff like that, this is a little rough. Fitment is great though. I love how it looks in the rear. Like that's literally
How low the
perfect.
front is
Did you roll anything or no?
absolutely not. Fronts definitely need to be rolled. Rears can do without.
Do you have any issues with that rolling?
In the front, yeah, only turning, going over, well, specifically going over bumps. Going into things, out of things, you know, like parking lots, driveways, it rubs. And when you're slowing down while turning, because all the weight transfer, it rubs.
You also added a giant spacer up front.
Yeah, so after I added like 3 degrees of camber in the front, the wheel sucked itself in as expected. Had like a pretty big gap from fender to lip in the front, so I had to add a 1-inch spacer.
That's crazy.
A
What about?
whopping 1 inch.
That's a lot.
I know.
So what about the rears though? Any spacers in the rear?
I have a slip-on, yes. I have 5mm spacer in the rear. Actually, it might be 3. I couldn't tell you the
Yeah.
exact offset you need.
We can do some math later on.
I'll find out eventually.
But in my opinion, like the rear's so perfect. And you only have issues in the front as well. You should mention that. Like no issues in the rear at all.
No fitment issues in the rear. It rides nice.
You don't even rub in the rear. But hey, that's part of it.
The car's a car, and I plan on keeping it. Plus, I plan on doing other stuff to it, so I am not too worried about what happens.
If you plan on going over speed bumps with this setup, replan. Because you're not going to be able to do that at all.
Even at a hard angle, you still drag battery across the entire thing. And everybody looks at you like you're stupid.
Hey, you also got respect from some old heads. Older people actually turn their heads. They actually break their necks.
Well, I don't know if they appreciate it, but they're like, what the heck is that?
No, people actually like break their necks looking at this
take
thing.
the glass off. My eyes deceive me.
I knew no good would come from the city folks and their electric vehicles.
I knew no good would come from city folk and their flying machines.
All right, that wraps up the video. If you did enjoy it, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want. If you like Tesla stuff, let us know. Leave a comment. If not, also let us know. Because, you know, unfortunately, it's going to be here. It's the daily. We use that. Otherwise,